And a good afternoon on this Friday afternoon. Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights, VELCO Weather Hazards Forecaster. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Big picture, big ridge of higher pressure. You can really see that off in the over the Rockies and over across the West Coast. And kind of a pretty sharp trough that's moving inland eventually right across the Pacific coast there in Pacific Northwest, California, Northern California. We also have another trough that's located just north of Vermont across eastern Canada, spilling a little bit of cloud cover into the region. And the overall temperature schematic looks like this, and we'll check dew points as well. You can see that warm temperatures are off to the south. This has pulled in some pretty chilly air. As a matter of fact, temperatures this morning in the 30s. And then looking at dew point temperatures, it's also very, very dry. This is generally drier air, although there's a temperature inversion with some low cloudiness. And you can see some of those low clouds are trying to make it into Vermont now. It could produce maybe a couple sprinkles across north central Vermont, the Northeast Kingdom, Washington County, sort of north and east into Essex County. But it's not going to be a big deal. Let's take a look at the incremental weather. European model showing very dry conditions. A little bit of precipitation is going to be working in. This is hourly, and you can see just a hint of some, 100th trace amounts here across the northern Green Mountains and probably some areas in the Northeast Kingdom. Note that just to the north and west of Montreal, temperatures are relatively cold. You're seeing these 0 degree isotherm, as a matter of fact, at 850 hectopascal. That's about 4,200 feet or so. And temperatures are cold enough there where there could actually be a little bit of snow. No worries for us, though. Carrying that through the rest of today and into tonight, you can see there's really no precipitation to worry about over Vermont. We're going to look at that area of higher pressure that's building north of Lake Superior is really going to be the controlling influence. And really through the entire period. This is now Sunday morning, 1036 hectopascal area of higher pressure. And that's going to shift off to south of Nova Scotia with a ridge inland across New England. This is an amazing dry stretch. It really is. I mean, there always could be, a temporary little deal that tries to get in here. But, I mean, this goes out actually well beyond Monday. So you can see this area of higher pressure kind of settle over the region on Tuesday. And then it kind of does ridge back, weakening at some point here as we get into the late part of next week. But hey, still dry weather. We have this little pesky cutoff low that's going to be plaguing the coastal areas in North Carolina. It looks like Virginia, Middle Atlantic, and the southern and southeastern states. And then with this big ridge of higher pressure, that's going to really shunt the jet stream and the baroclinic zone between colder air to the north and warmer air to the south. Well up into Canada. In fact, look at that. That's up into Hudson Bay and James Bay, Canada. Quite something to see that. And that's valid a little bit beyond the period as we head into, say, Thursday and Friday of next week. Tremendous dry period. GFS Ensemble showing the same thing. This is the 3-hourly QPF. Really not looking at anything. This is illustrating a couple sprinkles or very light rain showers that pass on through. But the total QPF is just amazingly dry. Look at that. And this is the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and so forth, going into almost the 20th before the next shot of precipitation. This will be occurring, by the way, over next weekend. And precipitable water shown here. You can see that really it's late in the middle of next week before we start to see any climb in total precipitation or total precipitable water, a really good metric of how much moisture in the atmosphere. And then looking at convective available potential energy, this is on the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, and so forth. So this is later in the week. We start to see maybe the possibility of some puffy cumulus and towering cumulus clouds, maybe a couple thunderstorms in the reach there for later in the week, but it looks pretty slim at this point. And this is echoed very nicely, only 1/100th of an inch indicated here, in the vicinity of Vermont, maybe just a little bit more to the north, but we have this area of higher pressure that's going to be guarding the area. Here's the 2-meter temperature forecast from the Canadian GFS Ensemble, and you can see the coolest day is going to happen on Saturday, basically 50 to 55-ish, and then we have big diurnal ranges in temperature, indicating very dry atmosphere, a good proxy for that, and a nice steady ramp up in temperatures. Now we hit 80 degrees roughly about Wednesday or Thursday, or go above that, and then that continues into the late part of the week. Quick look at dew point temperatures. You can see that steady ramp up, basically not even getting close to 60 degrees until once we get into the late part of this period here, which is pretty phenomenal in itself as well. And then 850 hectopascal temperature is about the top of Mount Mansfield, 4,200 feet or so. You can see that these temperatures climb once we get into the late part of the week. It's pretty simplistic. Weighted temperatures for the meteorological output statistics for the next 5 days of high temperatures. You can see the coldest is going to be centered over toward the middle Atlantic coast, and that's with a lot of cloud cover, and we're looking at that storm that's going to be just spinning around and really not alleviating anything for them. We got the area of higher pressure, much better weather in our locale. And then 3 days later, it looks like this. We're running about 6 to 9 degrees above normal. Cooler weather is about to work in for this weekend. It will be a very chilly day, so do expect that on Saturday, along with a lot of cloud cover. So temperatures probably not getting out of the low to mid 50s. And you can see this anomalous colder air across the Great Lakes and Canada. That's going to be working in toward the northeast United States. And this is precipitable water, good metric again. You can see just how dry things are. It is very dry across a good portion, really almost west coast, almost to the east coast. This is our frontal boundary that worked off the east coast over the last 36 hours or so. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.